Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, my students. Today we will continue to study the second part of Unit 2 about reproduction in plant, especially about life cycle of flowering plant. So today we will continue to study the second part of reproduction in flowering plant or life cycle of flowering plant. You can open your book page 15. Okay. What are the process involved in the reproductions of flowering plant? What are the process involved in the reproductions of flowering plant? Last week we have discussed the process that involved in reproduction of flowering plant. The first is pollination, or in bahasa penyerbukan. Do you still remember what is pollination? The transfers of pollen from anther to the stigma. We call this is pollination atau penyerbukan. After pollination, what is the next process? The next process is fertilization, or in bahasa pembuahan. When the pollen mix or fuse with the egg cell in the ovule, we call the process is fertilization. When the pollen fuse with the egg cell in the ovule, we call the process is fertilization. After that, the next process that we will discuss today is dispersal seed, or in bahasa penyebaran biji. And then the last process before the plant growing into adult, the process is germination. Maybe for germination we will discuss next week. So today we will study the third process of life cycle of flowering plant is dispersal seed, or in bahasa penyebaran biji. Okay. Before the seed disperse after fertilization, the flower petals start to wither. Jadi setelah pembuahan, we know that pollen mix the egg cell in the ovule. Jadi pollen akan bercampur dengan egg cell in the ovule here. After that, what happened? The flower petals start to wither. Petalnya, mahkota bunganya start to wither, mulai layu. And then the left is the ovary, and then the ovary start to swollen. Jadi ovarinya mulai membesar. Yang awalnya kecil, ovarinya start to swell, to form fruit. Look at this. Jadi the small ovary will be the bigger. After that, the fruit grow bigger and then the ovule develop into seed. So the tomato here, it's come from the ovary that start to swell, yang mulai membengkak and then grow bigger, dan tambah membesar ya. After that, we will discuss the next process, dispersal seed, because now we have got the seed from the ovule that develop into the seed. So the next process is penyebaran biji, or in English, dispersal of seed. What is dispersal of seed? Definition: the scattering of fruit or seed, penyebaran buah atau biji. What is the purpose? Tujuannya untuk apa? What for we disperse the seed? The first, to prevent overcrowding, jadi mencegah supaya tidak overcrowding, supaya tidak tumpang tindih, supaya tidak penuh. And then the next process, to reduce competition with the parent plant, mengurangi persaingan dengan tanaman induk. So when the seed is not dispersed, kalau seednya tidak disebarkan, of course will make the competition with the parent plant, competition for light, competition for water, competition for nutrient, and of course the parent plant will be the winner, and then the young plant will die. Jadi kalau ada kompetisi, the light, and then to take the light, to take the water, to take the mineral, of course the parent plant will be the winner because they have stronger root, they have stronger, mereka sudah sangat kuat, lebih kuat dari young plant. Of course the young plant will die if we do not disperse the seed kalau seednya tidak kita sebar. So, the dispersals of seed, they have two purpose: to prevent overcrowding and then to reduce competition with the parent plant. You can see the picture. This is to prevent overcrowding when the plant is not dispersed. You can see the overcrowding can cause the plants to grow tall and thin. Jadi tanamannya tumbuh kurus dan tinggi, but different when the plant dispersed. Kalau tanamannya disebar, what happen? The plant grow healthy. Jadi the plant have thicker stem and then this is grow healthy. Jadi punya batang yang lebih tebal ya, lebih sehat. This is the purpose of dispersal seed. And then the next, seed may be dispersed by. So this is that can help the dispersal seed. Jadi penyebaran biji itu bisa dibantu oleh the first animal, water, and then wind, and then the last explosive action atau letupan atau ledakan ya. We will discuss it one by one. The dispersal seed that help by the animal, or we called animal dispersals. The ways of animal dispersals, bagaimana sih caranya animals itu menyebarkan biji? The first animal can throw the seed directly. Jadi buang saja. After eat the fruit, animal throw the seed. We call this is the dispersals animal. Jadi dispersals by animal. Penyebaran oleh hewan. Animal just eat the fruit and then throw the seed in other place. And then the second way, bisa saja cara yang kedua, animals swallow the small seed, ditelan. This is for the small seed, untuk biji yang kecil, and then pass it out in their dropping. Kemudian mengeluarkannya bersama feces-nya, bersama kotorannya. After that, it will grow into new plant, and then the feces can be it fertilizers. Jadi bahkan feces-nya, dropping-nya bisa menjadi pupuk bagi tanaman tersebut. After that, the last way, this is the seed or the fruit can stick to animals' fur. Jadi bisa saja the dispersal seed, the animal dispersed by the seed or fruit stick to the animal's fur. Jadi nempel pada bulunya animals. This is especially for the seed that have stiff hair or hook. Jadi for the seed, untuk biji yang memang punya stiff hair, punya bulu yang kaku ataupun hook, punya kait, so it can stick to the animal's fur. Now what are the common characteristic? Jadi kira-kira if we don't know, kita tidak tahu, we don't know, we see the fruit and then we don't know, kita tidak tahu this is the fruit dispersed by, kira-kira disebarkan apa, you have to find the common characteristic. Jadi kita harus temukan common karakteristiknya apa, the seed or the fruit which are dispersed by animal. Kira-kira apa? The seed or the fruit which are dispersed by animal, biasanya dia have fleshy fruit. Fruitnya fleshy, berdaging, berair, and then have stiff hair or hook. This is especially when the animal disperse it by stick to the animal's fur. Jadi untuk yang menempel pada bulu hewan, the plants have stiff hair, the fruit or seed have stiff hair or hook, and then other characteristic, common characteristic, have fleshy fruit. This is the characters of the fruit or the seed which is dispersed by the animals. Common characteristic, ciri-ciri umum. Jadi tidak harus ini ciri-cirinya, tapi this is the common characteristic, the usual characteristic. Animal dispersal. Okay, you can see the picture here. This is the examples of the fruit or the seed that dispersed by the animal. You can see this is the fleshy fruit, yeah. This is that the stiff hair, that stick to the animal's fur, nempel pada bulu hewan. The animal dispersals, and then the next. The dispersals of seed can be helped by water. The way, caranya bagaimana, teacher? Plants, of course, this is because dispersed by the water. Of course, this is the plant that grow near the water. Tidak mungkin jauh dari air tanaman ini tumbuhnya. Kenapa? Karena water dispersal. The plant dispersed by the water. The fruit or the seed falls. The way the fruit, caranya the fruit or the seeds fall and float on the water, ngapung di air, and then carried a long distance, terbawa sampai jauh, dibawa sama air, and then come to other distance, sampai pada tempat yang jauh. After that it will grow a new plant. What are the common characteristic of the seed or the fruit that are dispersed by water? Because this is dispersed by water, so berarti harus apa? The fruit or the seed must float on water, harus ngapung dia. Kalau tidak ngapung, how can it be dispersed by water? So the character it have waterproof covering, ini ya, punya cover yang waterproof, anti air, or fibrous husk, atau punya fibrous husk itu kulit yang berserat. So it can help them to float on water. Jadi mereka bisa ngapung di air. This is the common character of the fruit that dispersed by water. So it can float. Jadi harus mengapung. Kenapa? Because this is dispersed by water. Okay, you can see this is the examples of the fruit or the seed that dispersed by water atau water dispersals. There is coconut falls and then carried a long distance. After that will grow into a new plant. And then there is mucuna itu sejenis polong ya. And then box fruit itu it's the family of mangrove. Jadi dia termasuk kerabatnya mangrove, pohon bakau. So it grow near the water. Okay, and then the next dispersal is wind dispersal. Jadi dispersed by the wind, disebarkan oleh angin. Caranya gampang. The plant have structure that help them to stay in the air. So because this is wind dispersal, so the plant must have structure. Plant itu harus punya structure that help them to stay in the air, supaya dia bisa diterbangkan angin. What are the common characteristic of the plant or the seed or the fruit that are dispersed by wind? It must be small. Harusnya kecil karena dibawa angin, and then light, ringan. Or if it is not small or light, they have wing-like structure or parachute-like structure. Kalau tidak kecil, tidak ringan, berarti mereka punya wing-like structure, struktur seperti sayap, atau parachute-like structure, struktur seperti parasut. So this is the common characteristics of the plant or the fruit or the seed that dispersed by the wind. Okay, you can see this is the example. This is dandelion and then maple seed ya. It has parachute-like structure. Jadi ini punya parachute-like structure, struktur seperti parasut kalau terbang dia ya. And then this is like wing structure. They are small, light, or if it is not small or light, it has wing-like structure, parachute-like structure, or maybe they are not only small, they are not only light, they also have wing-like structure or parachute-like structure. This is the common characteristic of the seed or the fruit that is dispersed by the wind. And then the last way, the splitting or explosive action dispersal. Jadi penyebaran biji dengan cara explosive action, letupan ya, atau splitting. Okay, how teacher the way? It's just so simple. Jadi simple sekali. The fruit just split open. Buahnya dia split open, and then shooting the seed out to different direction. Jadi meletup dan pindah ke tempat lain. Jadi ini tidak terlalu jauh. Ya, it's not so far like other dispersal because the fruit split open. Jadi buahnya dia hanya split and then shooting the seed out to other direction, ke tempat lain. What is the common characteristic of the fruit or the seed that are dispersed by the explosive action? They are ripe or have dried up. Jadi syaratnya kalau dia ingin explosive action meletup harus dried up, kering, atau ripe, matang. This is the example, saga pot and then rubber fruit. Jadi buah saga ya. Kemudian karet juga mereka split open. They disperse by the explosive action. Okay, my student, that's all for today. We have studied about the dispersals of seed. So the third process of life cycle of flowering plant. For next week, we will continue with the fourth process of life cycle of plant, about germination. For your task today, you can open your book page 28 because the task in your book is about the dispersals of seed. So for today, you can do your task in your book page 28. Thank you, my student. See you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.